If you're looking to decide between the Monos Carry-On Plus, the LEVEL8 Grace Carry-On, and the Freeform Samsonite Carry-On, then this video is for you. I've tested out all three of these carry-ons. I've been on flights with them, I've been around the world with them, and I'm going to be going over the pros and cons in each of them, and also showing you what it's like to pack each of these three carry-ons. So with packing, I'm going to assume a 5-day vacation and actually show you what it's like packing all of these three carry-ons. Keep in mind that this video isn't sponsored by any of these three luggages you see right here, so it's all based purely in my opinion. Let's go ahead and get started with the video. So for the packing test of these carry-ons, I'm going to assume a 5-day vacation time with 5 days worth of summer/springtime clothes. So here we basically have 3 to 4 pairs of jeans and shorts, 2 pairs of swimwear. We have a nice pair of neat clothes in case you want to go out for a nice dinner. 1 pair of pajamas. We have about 4 different types of shirts. We have about 1 pair of athletic wear, which includes a shirt and some shorts. We have 5 pairs of underwears and then 5 pairs of socks, right? And we also have 1 pair of dress shoes. So with any athletic shoes though, I do normally wear those onto my flight, so I won't be including that within the packing test. So first off, we have the Monos Carry-On Plus. So with any carry-on, the dimensions of a carry-on usually on most flights need to be 22 by 14 by 9 inches. This bag is just slightly bigger than that, okay? But I can tell you with certainty that of all the flights I've been on, I've never had to once check in this bag because of its dimensions, but usually because of its weight. Now with this bag in particular, we have it weighing at 8.7 pounds, okay? So on some international flights, on some domestic flights, they do care how much your carry-on is gonna weigh. So do keep that in mind as far as the dimensions of this bag goes, and also the weight of this bag being at 8.7 pounds. So with this in particular, I've traveled with this quite a bit, but starting with the front portion, we have what you see here. I got the gray portion. On the side here, we do have a TSA lock as well as a handle on the side right here. On the back portion, nothing much going on here, but please ignore the sticker, all right? And then on the right hand side, we have just a completely flat face with the carry-on. Now, if we actually move on to the handle, I've always been pleased with the retractable handle that you see right over here. In addition to that, if we actually go ahead and open up the front component of the zipper. So if we open this up, here we have multiple different compartments, okay? So we have a sleeve for your laptop, a sleeve for your iPad, and in addition to that, we have multiple smaller pockets that you see right here, which you can use for other organizational purposes. In addition, we have another half sleeve over here, and then just the entire portion over here, you're actually able to place like magazines, some paperwork, and it'll fit just fine. So what I like about this carry-on is that it's actually quite useful and it doesn't eat up into the space within the inside of the carry-on itself. Now opening up the main compartment of the bag, here we have 2 sides, okay? So let me actually close it up for a second. As far as the main compartment goes, it comes with this really neat kind of removable sleeves, okay? So I don't normally actually keep this in just because it kind of adds a bit of weight to the bag and I do a lot of international travel. But with this in particular, you have a removable sleeve in which it has a zippered mesh component that you see right there. It extends across the entire sleeve itself and it does open up both directions. So I don't normally use this as far as packing things within the sleeve goes, but what I normally use it for though is with the strapping mechanism that you see over here. This is mainly used to kind of compress the clothes down. So if weight isn't an issue to where I'm traveling, I'll usually keep this on. But with the main component, here you have the buckling straps that you see over there. All right, and it is adjustable, okay? And here is actually how you remove the sleeve if you wanted to. You can just remove it from this prong over here. And then as far as the inside goes, here we just have the main compartment of the bag with the side sleeve, all right? I like how it's neatly or kind of tightly sewed in. It doesn't feel like it's gonna rip out at all, but just a nice side compartment down there. Now moving on to the other side of this carry-on, we have a mesh pocket here, okay? So it's nice and wide. Just a simple mesh pocket, but here, once we open this up, here we have the actual other side of the main compartment. Now, what you see here, okay, is basically of the outline of this front portion here. What I do like about this though is that this front portion doesn't eat up so much into the actual interior of the bag, okay? It does eat up very slightly, but with that though, I'd still say I'm very pleased with the actual other compartment of this bag in which it basically has one sector here up front, another sector here inside, and then the main sector which you see right over here. So now what we're actually going to do is that we're going to pack about 5 days worth of clothes and see how this bag packs overall. So I'm pretty much almost done with packing this bag. Again, it's going to include about 5 days worth of summer/springtime clothes. And in the description of this video, I'll be labeling out or listing out what I'm actually packing in this bag. But what I like about it though is I technically still have a bit of room on the other side over here. But if we zipper it up, again, 5 days worth of summer/springtime clothes, we have actually no problem zipping it up just like that. So we don't need to expand it. With the weight, it doesn't feel too heavy. With that though, also, one of the main features of this bag is the ability to actually place a laptop here. So if you give me a second. Now normally I actually don't like putting laptops here, but if we actually place it inside, I must say that I actually do feel comfortable placing my laptop or devices in here as well. So with that, this is how it looks like. It's basically spaced out to kind of protect the device in there as well. We have about 5 days worth of clothes in here, extra pair of shoes with a lot more room to spare, and just multiple other different things that you can still add to this third section of the bag. So overall, I'm very pleased with the Monos Carry-On Plus bag. I think you would too as well, but let's go ahead and move on to the next carry-on bag. So next we have the LEVEL8 Grace Carry-On. So this bag, its dimensions does fit all the dimensions as far as being under 22 by 14 by 9 inches, okay? This does fit those dimensions. And with this bag in particular, if we actually weigh it and compare it to the other two bags, this bag comes in at around 8.3 pounds. So again, with all the travels I've done, there are some airlines which are quite strict when it comes to the weight of your carry-on bag. But this one is the least heaviest when it comes to the other two carry-on bags as well, coming at 8.3 pounds. So starting with the front portion of this bag, this is what it looks like. I really love the design as well. It looks very high-tech and futuristic in my opinion, if you ask me. But if we move on to the side, here on the side we have a TSA lock with a handle as well that retracts slightly out once you carry it. So on the back portion, this is what it looks like. And then on the other side, we basically have these nice big zippers. And in addition, this bag also expands. So with the expansion, I'd say it adds about an inch, 1 to 2 inches extra in terms of room. So a very neat component as far as a carry-on luggage goes. Now with their handle, this is what it looks like. So ease in, ease out. Now as for the wheel design goes, okay, so we actually do have a recessed wheel design with technically 8 wheels, okay? So if you can imagine, there's 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. 8 wheels, meaning more absorption for shock. And with that though, also, these wheels are more recessed, which means that they're less prone to breaking. So if you imagine these wheels were pronged out, they would be more prone to breaking. So pleased with the wheel design as well. Now, moving on to the front portion of the bag. If you open it up, what I like about this portion is that this front portion of the bag, which I like to call the third sector, it opens up a lot easier, okay? So it actually extends fully down where you can see all the different ways that you can organize this bag. So with it, here you have a front pocket over here, another pocket over here. You have basically 2 more pockets over here, all right? And here you actually have the sleeve for your laptop and then a sleeve for your iPad if you want. So really, really pleased with this front portion of the bag that you see right here. Makes it very easy to access and makes it very easy to close. So we'll be testing out that with our devices shortly. Now if we actually open up the main compartment of the bag. Now with the main compartment of the bag that you see right here, it's a very simple buckling mechanism to kind of strap down your clothes. And with that portion also, you're actually able to just compress your clothes so that you're able to pack more things. It also comes with this other hanging sleeve as well, which again is just great for organizational purposes. So here we just have an open mesh sleeve over here. And then with that, it just closes up just like that. So a lot of different ways, as you can see so far with the LEVEL8 Grace Carry-On, in which there's so many ways that you can organize this bag. As far as the other side of the compartment goes, you just have a simple open space over here, which you can close it up and separate it from everything else. So what I like about this LEVEL8 Grace Carry-On is that when I press down over here, what I'm feeling is the backside of this third sector here. So what I like about it is that if I kind of compact this with a lot of clothes, it's going to just lead to more protection for my device that I actually place on this third compartment that you see over here. So what we're going to do now is that we're actually going to pack this with 5 days worth of clothes, and then basically just I'm going to be going over how it feels to pack all this stuff inside here. So let's go ahead and pack it. So I'm almost done packing this Level 8 Grace carry-on, and what I'm finding is that I do have to move some things around as far as in order to get it to fit, but so far so good as far as packing things goes. So with it, you can kind of see it's getting a bit harder to kind of strap down as far as 5 days worth of clothes goes. But keep in mind though, it might just be the way that I packed this bag, which isn't the most ideal. But so far, I do believe that 5 days worth of clothes with some extra room to spare. So with that extra room here, so right now the main compartment is pretty much filled up with shoes, other clothes. Here on this other side, this is surely where you can place your toiletries and such. So with that though, 5 days worth of clothes in here fits quite seamlessly, I'd say. And strapping it up, or zipping it up. Last part. For the last part, if I were to place my laptop here, I would feel very comfortable with traveling my laptop in this carry-on. So definitely have 5 days worth of vacation clothes here. Again, summer, springtime occasion. In addition, you still have ample enough room to add more things. So you do have a lot more room to spare. In addition, with the laptop being in here, I would feel very comfortable putting my laptop in here as far as the protection goes. So overall, very pleased with it. Let's move on to the next carry-on. So next we have the Samsonite Freeform Carry-On. So with this bag in particular, I have the white version that you see right here. So this bag's dimensions, just ever so slightly, I think by about less than an inch, do exceed the carry-on dimensions of 22 by 14 by 9 inches. So with this bag in particular though, we're gonna go ahead and weigh it. So this bag does come at 6.7 pounds as far as the weight goes. So this is the lightest of the three, but you'll kind of understand why when I show you in a second. So starting with the front portion of the bag, you just have a clean white slate over here. Here on the side, nothing much going here aside from just an extension zipper as well. Here you have a retractable handle, which does make it easier to hold. Here on the back side, again, nothing much going on. You do have a place for like your name tag in case this bag gets lost. And then on the side here, you do have the 4-prong stand in case you do want to stand it on its side just like that. Now, as far as the wheels go, we do have an 8-wheel recessed wheel design. Makes it good for durability since the wheels aren't pronged out. And with these wheels, 8 wheels are just better for shock absorption instead of just 4 or 2. And it is a 360 roller as well. Now for the handle, this handle retracts very easily in and out. I've had no problems with it whatsoever after over 3 years of use. Now if we open up the main compartment of the bag, here we just have the main compartment with the side zipper here. All right, here we have 2 straps, which make it easier to kind of compress your clothes down. Here on the side, we just have a main compartment here. And then in addition to that, if we open up the other main side of the bag, we just have an open space here. So this is as simple as it gets when it comes to carry-ons, okay? There's no fancy features, there's not a lot of different organizational compartments. And with that though, this actually does weigh the least of the bags, weighing at 6.7 pounds, where again, on some domestic or international flights, they are going to unfortunately weigh your bag. But with it though, the dimensions are slightly larger than the 22 by 14 by 9 inches that's allowed on most airlines. But I can assure you that of all the travels that I've did, no one's actually ever denied this bag with me carrying it based on its dimensions, but rather it has been denied based on me packing too much things. But what we're gonna do now is just do a simple packing test, and I'll be explaining how I feel about it. So I'm just about done packing this bag, and with it I can just tell that there's a lot more room to pack things. Now with those things though, I'm not gonna say that you can organize them as well as the other 2 bags, but you technically can pack more things just simply because number one, I feel like the space in this bag is a lot more. And with that though, you can kind of see like I still have room on this corner over here, and definitely still have room, a lot of room on this other component side as well. But like I was saying though, that there's not a lot of different ways to organize this bag. If you're just into packing things and you don't really need to bring like tech or gadgets like the way I do, then this bag will work just fine. Again, a lot more room on this bag portion over here, and definitely a lot more room on the other side component as well. But if we zip it up, close it up, 5 days worth of clothes for a spring or summer occasion, this fits perfectly just fine. Now, as far as the laptop goes, you'd probably need a personal backpack to kind of bring your laptop or other gadgets or devices. But here, Again, for packing clothes, this definitely do the trick though. So as far as the best carry-on between the three, I do have two different ways to kind of award for which one I feel is the best carry-on. So if you're into tech and gadgets and you work from on the go, you work while you're traveling, I'd say this bag, the LEVEL8 Grace Carry-On, is the best one, simply just because of number one, I feel very comfortable actually putting my laptop here and it being protected. In addition to that, if you love organization, if you love organizing the way you pack things while you travel, you love organizing your gadgets, your wires, your clothes, this carry-on just does it all. And with it, the extra pockets just make it so much better for organization, which is why I feel that of the three, I do feel that this bag is the best carry-on between the Monos, the Samsonite, and then of course this one in particular. The design just looks really, really great. In addition to that, the dimensions of this bag, you're definitely not going to be stopped just because it fits the dimensions of what most airlines require, which is the 22 by 14 by 9 inches. Now, if you're not into the organization, you just want to pack a bag and you do care about the weight, I do gotta give it to the Samsonite Freeform Carry-On. So this bag, it's simply really just made as far as the durability of the bag goes. In addition to, if you just wanna pack things for travel, 5 days, possibly even 7 days worth of stuff can definitely fit in this carry-on luggage. Now with it though, you've got all the features of Samsonite though, with the durability, and with that though, the TSA lock, the expandable zipper, the retractable handle, which again, I've been using this bag for a long time. I've had no problems with it whatsoever. If you're not into all the organizational pockets, if you're not into packing your laptop, if you don't even use a laptop or an iPad, then this bag is definitely the best one of the three. But overall though, that's my opinion as far as which one I feel is the best carry-on between these three. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.